Mike Kurpis with us. We're talking Valley View boys basketball. Coach, exciting start to the season. It's exhibition season. You get to play some of those non-conference games, and I'm sure things are going well so far. A win against Holy Cross, which everybody knows will be a good team, but you guys have a pretty good quality team there as well.
Yeah, definitely a good start to the season. Got off to a couple of good non-league games against Forest City and Valley West, and then we knew Holy Cross was going to be a challenge. It's a rivalry. Al Calais does a great job there. We knew what they were returning, but we have a good returning nucleus as well. 3 starters back, and then 2 other members that contributed quite a bit last year. So we knew we had a good group and wanted to get off to a good start.
Not quote-unquote Valley View a basketball school, but you have student athletes that work hard and could be pretty good basketball players. And of course, you got to have a good team when you go out there.
We're trying to earn our reputation as a basketball school. I think everyone does think of football first at Valley View, which, we know that's the case. But we do have some well-rounded athletes. 3 kids that came from the football team, 3 kids from the soccer team, that had success in the fall, and then that carries over.
Let's talk a little bit about your coaching philosophy. Who did you learn from? Who influenced you?
I had the privilege of playing for Coach Bill Smith at Valley View, in my high school years, and then played a year at the University of Scranton under Bill Beswar. So had a lot of great experiences there. And then I was fortunate when AAU was starting, played under Coach John Bucci for a couple years, and really got the, I would say my core from Coach Bucci from the beginning.
You talk about, what your approach is with these guys, and, every year it could be a little different depending on what guys you have. So what is it you have talent-wise this year? Is it, hard-nosed, going to make athletic plays, we'll score when we need to. It might be a 50-49 game, but we're going to find a way.
Yeah, our philosophy every year is that we're going to play man defense. We're going to get up into you, take advantage of our athleticism, and really get after teams at that end and hope that leads to our offense in transition. And then, again, we do have enough basketball ability that we're going to score when time comes, but first and foremost, we're a defensive first team.
Having a handle. You got to have a handle when it comes to the playoffs. You probably faced, in Holy Cross, some pressure stuff and some, being able to dribble the basketball. Talk a little bit about the guys in, the guard position that can distribute and be able to handle the ball. 3
great guards, returning that were starters last year. Noah Vino, Aiden Smolin, Nick Kaharski. All are pretty interchangeable in terms of handling the ball. Noah really gets us going for the most part. The other 2 are playing off the wing. But really, all 3 are interchangeable, and that's the nice part even on the defensive end. They're able to switch everything. And then Jagger Rose giving us a boost off the bench as well.
Well, you talk about the community getting behind basketball, Valley View. It seems like every sport, the community is behind you. Talk a little bit about getting support.
Yeah, we say Cougar Pride up there, and it means everything. It carries over from sport to sport. Whether it's the girls softball team that went on a run last year, like I said, we're known for football, the girls soccer team this fall, and everyone really rallies around. The community's great, and this weekend you couldn't go anywhere without anyone saying, hey, great job against Holy Cross. So
sometimes success is measured on wins. You might measure it a little differently as a typical coach. It'll be a successful year if what happens this year at Valley View with your team?
That's a great question. Every year we have our goals that we start off with the Toronas tournament first and foremost, which is a long history up our way. And then it's competing in a very difficult league. This year Division I's a little bit changed, so it's a little bit deeper. But you're always going against Abington Heights, Prep, and Scranton as the the front runners. So always battling there, and then trying to compete for a district championship. It's been since 1997 since we've won a district title up there. So that's always our goal.
Odds of beating all 3 would be tough, but there's a chance that you guys will at least be able to compete every night you do play teams like that. And then, there'll be some other games sprinkled in there, but just talk a little bit about the mindset right now of the guys, because you get a high school kid too high, it's not great. You get them too low, it's not great. Anything else, you got to kind of keep them close to that middle.
Very difficult division, so it is night in, night out. I don't see anyone going undefeated in our division. People are going to knock each other off. One night you're going to get up, like you said, and then you're down. And then you still have tough trips where you're going out to Delaware Valley. And Coach Holzer does a great job there, so you don't really have an easy night where, you're going to get in. So, yeah, you have to kind of keep the guys on an even keel, knowing, okay, we're not too high from beating Holy Cross, because guess what? Holmesdale tomorrow, who's undefeated, and then Old Forge is always going to be a battle on Friday.
All right, Mike, all the best.
Thanks so much.